Hi, everybody. Hello. Welcome to Don't Whistle at Night. We're broadcasting live here on the United Public Radio Network, 107.7 FM in New Orleans. I'm your host, Don Yazzie, and my co host, Darren Yazzie, is going to join me when he can. He's going to be a little late, but when he slides in, I'll bring him on. And with us today is one of my friends that I've known for over a year, and he has tons of stories, tons of crazy, wild stories. And without further ado, I'll let him tell you himself. Oh yeah, by the way, he's one of the reasons why we started this podcast. Everyone, a lot of our relatives, native relatives, always say, start your own podcast. So we can come on and share and talk about all kinds of crazy things. And here's one of my good friends right here, Barry. Mr. Beary Olivar, aka Barry the Apache Storyteller from TikTok. Yours and only.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's having a good evening. Thank you, Don. Thanks for letting me come on to your podcast. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah. Welcome to the family. Your family now, man. Your family now. Yeah, making that trying to make more connections with our relatives out there, Navajo,
Yeah,
Apache, everyone else that's non-Navajo Apache. We encourage everyone out there, our relatives, to reach out and, share your stories here. What better to share a story than a Native American or First Nation storyteller? We are great indigenous storytellers out there. And without further ado, Barry, this is your
yes.
episode, and I'm gonna let you can start all the way back to the beginning, no rush. We can do part 10, part whatever, you know what I mean? So you can take us back into your life and as far as the weird things, occurrences take place, but I'll let you take the mic. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, good evening, everybody. Thanks, Don. I appreciate this. Uh, I, I haven't really had anything available. Didn't think about anything what to talk about for this evening, but I read quick intro about myself. I I grew up here on the San Carlos Apache Reservation. Uh, a lot of stuff that I grew up been told about the old ways, what's out there. Told stories by my great grandma, my grandmother, about things that usually people don't see, and reason why we don't whistle at night too, like the podcast say, don't whistle at night.
Hmm.
And that's not just it's just not one cultural thing, but as I got to know throughout the years, a lot of cultures they have that don't whistle at night. Otherwise, how we say it, ye gonna get you, or the boogeyman is what we
Hmm.
call him, ye.
Hmm.
And a lot of times, me and my cousins used to be brave and think nothing's gonna happen, nothing's gonna happen. So we'll go outside, we'll whistle at night, and sure enough, someone has a bad dream or someone says they seen the boogeyman inside their room, underneath their bed, in their closet, or just somewhere inside their house.
Oh
But
man.
as far as stories goes, man, I mean, I've been a cop for 13 years. Prior to that, I have had several different jobs, and with each job, I always encountered something. Um,
Hmm.
Even in the city, I was a security out at Casino Arizona, out there in Scottsdale, the Talking Stick Resort.
Hmm.
Before they built the tower, before everything is how it is today, back in like the 2000s, mid 2000s, um, they used to have a tent there, and that's when they started doing construction on the tower for the hotel, and they would have the security on the outside go check it at night. One night, I always check it with two individuals, and my partner got busy, so they had to call him inside, and they told me to go out and roam around on the outside in the parking lot.
Hmm.
So I told my partner, say, hey, I'm gonna go check out the hotel and make sure nobody's bothering any equipment or trying to steal anything. So I went for a ride out there, and after I got checking out the equipment, the and everything that's out there, the supplies, I started riding back towards the casino. When I was riding back towards the casino, I started hearing like footsteps behind me. Not footsteps, like people footsteps, but uh, hoof, hoof, like a horse running behind me. And I was thinking, what the hell? So I was riding a mountain bike at the time, and I stopped my mountain bike, turned around, and it was a well lit street. And I didn't see no horses, so I was thinking, what the hell? So I know I heard a horse, and so I continued to ride again, and started riding some more. The next time I started hearing the horse, I started going a little bit faster. And I started hearing that trot, tick, 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 tick. And I stopped real quick, and I did a quick U-turn and looked towards behind me. There's nothing still. And then I called my partner, got my cell phone out and the old flip phones, popped it open, popped it open, and I called my partner, told him, say, hey, where you at? Then he said, oh, I'm almost done here. He said, what's up? I said, hey, do you guys go? Because he was from Salt River. He was a Salt River Pima. And I asked him, hey, you guys got horses here? He said, yeah. I said, yeah, we do. And I said, why? I told him, I said, well, I just got done checking on the building, and I'm riding back, and I'm on the paved road, but I keep hearing a horse running behind me. First thing he says, dude, hurry up, get your ass back over here. Oh, shoot. Am I supposed to cuss?
Yeah, you're not supposed to. We're trying to be family friendly, but it's all good though. I'm sure it's all good though.
But he said, hey, get your rear end back over here as fast as you can. And I said, okay. He said, hurry up, don't turn around, just keep riding, ride as fast as you can. And I just took off my bike, man, and started pedaling. The faster I went on my bike, the more I heard that trot going to a faster gallop, the tick, 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 right behind me. And I don't know, for some reason I felt like breathing down my neck, and I was just, because I was probably about half a mile from the casino. I pulled into the parking lot, finally got to the back side of the casino, and that's when I felt it stop. I didn't feel it no more, so I stopped and stopped there, catch my breath. My partner came walking out and said, hey, did you really hear something? He said, yeah, man. I said, the horse chased me this way. He said, I heard it. It was right behind me and I felt like he could just reach out and grab me. He said, dude, you ever heard of Hoofy? And I told him, said, you talking about the half man, half horse? And he said, yeah. I said, but we call him Hoofy. He said, he was chasing me. And I said, I've heard about it back in San Carlos, but I've seen him one time. And that's when I was a kid. And I seen I was sleeping outside my grandma's house, and I heard a horse, like the hooves hitting her door. And I woke up because we're sleeping underneath the shade house. And me and my cousins, we had our little cots out there. And I heard that horse, the front hooves hitting the door. I woke up, and all I seen was a half man, half horse, rear up. The front legs be hitting the house, and my grandma yelling, Apache, go away, you're not wanted here. And she was yelling out yelling at us kids, be quiet, don't say nothing. And I heard my cousins like starting to one of them starting to cry, and we all covered ourselves underneath the blankets and just laying there. I know I was peeking through a hole, but yeah, I've seen it. The centaur, or whatever you want to call it, Hoofy, the half man, half horse. So I've experienced it a lot, not just here in San Carlos, but out on other reservations.
Oh, the Pimo Rez, huh?
Yeah.
Hoofy. Dang, that's pretty wild, man.
Hey, John, I gotta get back with you. Somebody just got here.
What was that?
I'm sorry. I gotta leave.
Oh, okay. I'll just pause this right now.
Okay.
All right. We are back, and Darren decided to join us right on time. Here we go. There he is.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Rayma's most eligible bachelor right here, ladies. Rayma's most eligible bachelor. Woo!
Let's give it up for Uncle Deli.
It's a market. It's a market.
but yeah, Beary,
Yeah.
Left off, you Senator was being a nuisance at your grandma's. Go ahead.
Yeah, but yeah, a lot of my cousins and I were just out there underneath the shade house, and like I said, all of us had our heads covered, and I was peeking through this hole from my covers, and I just seen this horse rear up. The front legs were kicking the side of the house where the door was, and my grandma just kept on yelling, for it to go away, and telling us to stay under blankets, don't move, don't move. And a couple of my cousins, they were crying and trying not to be so loud, just laying there like
Uh-huh.
making that noise. And but I laid there and just watched it. You know, you can see the back end of a horse, from where the head is, the neck part of it, on
Mm,
down, the front legs, the rear end, the tail was all horse, but where the head's supposed to be, you could see like a human torso from their stomach on up,
Hmm.
and it just kept on. It sounded like a horse too, man.
mm,
So,
And then
so
there's
uh,
a
before you, before you go any further, explain the
yeah.
facial features. What did they do? They have long hair or have a beard? You know, did you see anything like that
I
in the
couldn't.
face?
It was at night, so I couldn't tell if it had a
Mm,
beard, but I seen long hair like going down from the head down its back, straight
mm,
down to his back to just like the mane would, the
huh.
horse's mane.
uh,
Yeah,
wow.
and there's a
Mhm,
when I was a police officer, um, we had a train derail over in Peridot. It's still on the reservation, a town called Peridot, and I was talking to the conductor,
mhm,
and he started telling me, he said, "Man, you guys got some weird stuff going on here in this land of yours." I looked at him and said, "What are you talking about?" And I said, "The stretch of tracks between here and that town called Belis." He was trying to say Bilis, but he said Belis.
mhm,
Said there's I said there's some weird things going on. That couple of years back, me and crew were running through at nighttime, and we heard something hitting the side of the cars and the engine, and it did a big old thump, doom, doom. And it was every once in a while. So I sent one of the guys out, the other conductor out there to look. So he went looking around, and he came rushing back inside and slammed the door behind him. And he said, "Damn," he said, "Something's out there." He said, "I don't know what it is, but there's some horses." And he said, "They don't look like real horses." So he thought I was or the conductor said, I thought he was just playing around, and I thought he was just trying to pull a fast one on us, like
mhm,
just making some stuff up. So he said, I told him to take over while I go outside and look around. Said, sure enough, as soon as I walked out the door on the engine and I started shining our spotlight around, so I seen horses coming down from the hillside. It was a big old pack. And when they got
Mm,
closer, I could see, like, I didn't believe my eyes at first, but I seen the bottom part as a horse, and then the torso of a man, and they were throwing big rocks to us. They're hitting the engine, and they're throwing it towards our cab area, and so we just locked ourselves inside there, and we were afraid that this would be the only time our engine would die out, and we'll be stranded there with all these things. I
mm,
looked at him and said, "You serious?" And he said, "Yeah." I said, "Can you tell me about where at?" He said, "It's somewhere after you pass this bridge that goes over the river, and when you start going alongside the hillside." I told him, "I know what you're talking about."
mhm,
And I always kept on telling my cousin and I, we we're interested in stuff like this, like cryptids and um,
mm,
stuff that goes on here on the
yeah.
reservation.
And one thing we always keep on saying is we should walk the railroad tracks from Peridot all the way to Bylas because we've been hearing for a long time, ever since we were kids, of stuff going on, UFO sightings, aliens, uh, the shadow figures are walking on the railroad
Yep,
tracks.
yep.
Well,
Before we did the interview, that's exactly what I told Don or her. I know a couple of
Yeah,
a friend of mine. He talked about shadow people. He said that him and when he was younger, he's seen a shadow man next to the train track, and I guess his it might have been his stepfather or someone that was someone his mother was dating at the time, and I guess they
yeah,
both seen those shadow people. So that's really interesting. But yeah, but that
yeah.
stuff goes on. So, yep.
I've seen it here in Bylas, like on the road tracks, because me and my cousins and my brothers,
Mm,
we used to run and play around at nighttime too.
mhm.
And we heard something walking on the tracks, where that loose gravel that's on the tracks.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we're looking to where it's coming from. All we saw was a dark figure walking toward us, and we got off to the side, and you could see something black just walk across and just keep on walking. We told my grandma about it. My grandma said, "Yeah, as long as you stay off the tracks, it won't bother you. But if you're on the tracks, it's gonna try and get you."
What the
Yeah.
hell?
So what?
Pac-Man. Oh,
How
damn.
long has that been going on for? You know, because from what I was told, that I guess the people used to go to Globe and drink, do whatever, and then they used to walk back or from the casino, and
Yeah,
sometimes they would just lay down on the railroad track and get ran
Yeah.
over. So uh, that's really interesting. It's not really interesting, man. It's actually pretty sad to hear that,
yeah.
but
I
yeah,
mean,
shadow people, yeah.
it's
But
been
you're
going
saying
on
that
for years.
Mm,
damn. So
yep,
you're saying that you and your cousin want to try to walk that whole railroad from to Bylas?
Yeah, from
Really?
yeah,
Paradox.
that that
Whew.
sounds like that sounds like in something we should do too. There,
Yeah,
Don.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
we'll follow you guys up on that walk. How long is that walk? Like
Bring
what? Like 20 miles,
up
30 miles?
about 2025.
bring
Oh
extra
shit.
underwear just in
Yeah,
case.
Yeah.
Just in case you piss and crap yourself.
yeah. Just
Mm,
but I know because I grew up. There's another place that's just not too far from Bylas. It's called Calva,
mm,
and there's only three houses there. I grew up there, and it's I want to say maybe 8 miles outside of Bylas. It's still along the railroad tracks, but probably from Calva to Peridot, it's maybe 18, 17 miles.
Mhm.
mm.
My uncle lives out there. And like I said, I grew up out there too. And I used to hear a bunch of stuff and see a bunch of stuff out there too. But we're talking about shadow people. When I was a cop, we used to go up to 4th Street, and that was our hangout spot, especially in the middle of the night. Me and my cousin, he was a security, and one of our other buddies, we call him Uncle Tino, and his other nickname was Niners, but he used to kick back with us too. And what we used to do is we used to park in a triangle. I'll park my car, and my cousin would park his, and then the other guy would park his, and we'd stay in the middle.
Mhm.
So, but one night I decided to lay on my patrol car, lay on the hood, and lean back on the windshield. And my cousin and Niners, they were talking. And I just laid back, told them, "Hey, I'm gonna shut my eyes real quick because I had a busy night that night." And they're like, "Yeah, we'll let you know if anything happens." So I laid back on the windshield, and then all of a sudden I got this feeling that something was like somebody was standing there looking at me.
Mhm.
I opened my eyes, and even my cousin Daniel and that guy Niners, they can tell you guys that they saw something black standing over me and looking down at me. And when I opened my eyes, I just seen that black figure, and I sat up straight, and it it floated fast towards the forestry yard, and there
Mhm.
was a a 10-foot fence with barbed wire at the top, a chain link fence that had barbed wire at the top. And I jumped up and I ran after it. And Niners, every time he tells somebody, they say, "Yeah, this guy's crazy." He said one night he was laying there and something black was over him, and all of a sudden I just seen him
Snap.
pop up and start chasing that black thing towards the forestry field. And it went through the fence, and he stopped right there and kept on looking at it.
Hmm.
And I know I seen it go straight through the chain link fence, and I just stopped because I thought, "Shit, I can't go through it, and I don't want to climb it."
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, these shadow people are they're real odd. It's almost like did I see that? Like
Yeah,
almost on the corner of your eye. Because I talked about an apartment building that my brother used to stay at out there in the Globe, and we used to see those shadow people all the time, like just poking their head out from the stairway or the
yeah,
kitchen.
yeah, like around
So
the
yeah,
corner.
yeah, dude, yeah, right there, even at what was that, the drift in. I went there
Yeah,
once and I seen that happen. So, and it's crazy, but it's out there, whatever it is. Uh, Pretty much probably haunt that train track for all I know.
yeah, yeah. Forestry was our number one encounter spot, especially for those shadow people. There
Mhm.
was another time we were parked in that triangle, and there was a security building that was right next to the entrance to the forestry yard, and I was facing towards that building, and my cousin Daniel and the other guy Niners, they're facing towards me because we watched each other's backs.
Mhm.
So I was looking there, and I kept on seeing some like a black figure stick its head out, then go back, stick its
Mm.
head out again. Next thing I caught myself doing that too, watching it. And those two asked me, said, "What are you doing?" I said, "That thing keeps on sticking its head out," or that person. They turned around and looked, and they seen it. They saw it stick its head out and go back in, stick its head out again. They looked at me and said, "Something's wrong with you. I don't know what it is, but all these things keep on coming around when you're here."
Jeez, the voodoo
And
child.
probably got something, probably
Yeah.
just something with
So
me because they say those two. They say nothing happens when they're there by themselves, but when I show up, everything shows up with me.
huh.
Jeez.
So
Well,
why
they
do you
say,
think that is? Or what do you think?
I know I used to
Is
have
there?
my great grandma used to be a strong medicine woman, and
Mm, yeah,
oh,
yeah,
one
yeah, yeah. That
one
that
time
that's
I got sick,
go ahead.
and I was in the hospital, and doctors are trying to figure out what was wrong with me, and yeah, my mom and dad said that my grandma prayed for me and said it was a strong prayer, and um, I know after I got released from the hospital, that's when I started seeing things and start noticing
Hmm.
stuff that other people say they can't see or they can't hear.
mhm.
Yeah, that's that's one thing I probably got to start asking too, because some of the people that we had on, most of their, they had the reason why they see stuff like this. Most of them, they say, well, my grandfather was a medicine man, so it kind of makes you wonder if these things just kind of linger on, through the
The family
bloodline,
line.
through that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah. So,
passed down.
uh, yeah, yeah, pretty much. Huh.
yeah,
Yeah, I
no,
All
think
right.
and
I think it's like an invisible hand that guides, the certain
yeah,
people or tribe or all of us or the good people, like an invisible hand. That's all I can say, like someone that's telling us like the secret, saying, "Hey, there's something going on over here. I'm gonna show you in a dream, or I'm gonna, reveal this ghost to you, or there's something always
yeah,
going on mysterious." Yeah.
Yeah,
But you
but
can continue, Barry. Go ahead.
yeah,
That's
yeah. I
pretty cool.
mean, it's just it's just something that just stuck with me. I mean, I know as a kid too. I even had a conversation with a brown bear.
Oh,
hmm,
you know
Uh,
we our oh, sorry, to cut you off,
yeah,
but
go ahead.
we're having like a sacred ceremony, like a nine night ceremony, 9 nights of mountaintop ceremony. So these are different ceremonies, Yebiche. So we have like a whole bunch of ceremonies and songs and sand paintings coming about. And the grizzly bear used to roam around all the Southwest too,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like our people used to have a live bear come in and perform healing ceremonies, and he used
yeah.
to speak Navajo. So like
Hmm.
all that's just like wait a second, but that's pretty crazy though. That's cool. That's cool. But go ahead.
Awesome.
Sorry, I thought I just say something that was
Oh,
cool. But go ahead.
yeah. When I was a kid, I know me and my grandma and out in Calva, we got done butchering a cow, and we had the leg still, and she tells me, let's go take it to my brother's house in Bilas, and we'll give it to his dogs and give him some meat too. So I was like, yeah, okay. So we loaded up her truck, loaded up the hindquarters and the hose part where we chop it off at the elbow.
Mhm.
I loaded it in the back of her truck, and we got in and we started driving down the road, and there's an old dump. And I remember I was looked over at the dump, and there was an old station wagon on the other side of the hole, and I just seen brown hair go up. Then I told my grandma, I said, "Look, there's a dog over there." And she asked me, said, "Do you want to take one of the legs to it?" And I said, "Yeah, I'll take a leg to it." And so she pulls off to the side. I get out, go to the back of the truck, and grab a leg, and I start making my way down towards where that station wagon was. And as soon as I turned that corner, there was a brown bear just sitting there, just sitting there, legs, the legs spread apart and just hunched over. And I
Mhm.
remember it looking at me, and he looks at me and says, "I'm hungry." So I don't know where I am. I'm hungry though. Then I looked at him and said, I got this leg. Do you want it? I remember still seeing his paws reaching up, and I put the leg down in his paws, and he grabbed it like a person would, and just
Mhm.
started gnawing on it. It
Hmm.
stops and looks at me too, and tells me, "I'm thirsty." So I told him, "My grandma got water in her back of her truck. Let me go get it."
Mhm.
So I start running back to my grandma's truck, and she's making her way down. She said, "Where are you going?" I said, "It's thirsty." She said, I'm gonna go get some water." She said, "Okay, go ahead, go get one of the gallons of water." So I climbed the back of her truck. I grabbed the gallon. She was still making her way down, and I didn't even tell her that it was a bear.
Huh.
And I started running back towards the that station wagon. That I seen an old hubcap. Those old hubcaps from a long time ago, where they
Hmm.
look like a
Yeah,
bowl.
yeah, it's all huge. Yeah.
Yeah, I grabbed that, and I started making my way down. And I just seen my grandma stop, and she's looking down, and she starts taking steps backwards, real slow. And when I got there, she stopped me and said, "We're gonna go." I said, "Quiet. It won't hear us." I said, "Grandma's thirsty though." She stopped. She looked at me, and she said, Did it tell you that? How do you know it's thirsty?" He said, "Because he told me." I said, "You know him? Do you know him?" And I said, I don't know who he is, but he's thirsty though." Because our beliefs is a bear is our grandparent. They're
Mhm.
someone that
Hmm.
passed our ancestors. So she asked me if he told me his name yet. And I told my grandma, said, "No, he hasn't told me his name yet." So I went over and I put that hubcap between his legs, and I poured the water in there. And all I remember saying is looking at him, and he stopped chewing on the leg and said, thank you." And my grandma tells me in Apache, says, "There's the other three legs. You want to go give it to him?" So I ran back to the truck, and I grabbed the other three legs, and I was running back down, and I put
Mhm.
those three legs in between his legs, and he just kept on gnawing on that one. And I told him, "So we're gonna go now." So the river. I pointed down towards the river. I said, "The river is over there, and the mountains are down up that way. If you want to go back." He says, "Okay." And we left. when we're driving
Hmm.
back to my grandma's house, my grandma told me, said, was he talking back to you? I said, yeah. She said, he was talking back to me. And she tells me, said, your grandpa had the same gift. Your grandpa used to talk to animals too. And he
Wow.
said they used to talk back to him. Said, you got that too. And,
Wow.
That's
you know,
awesome. Mhm.
I always,
Wow.
I
That
Yeah.
don't know why I always catch myself like talking to my dogs or horses.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
Yeah. I'm the
understand
same
you.
one.
They understand you
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's what I
Like
think too. Like
my
it's
grandpa said that, like, sorry, Darren. My grandpa used to say that, like, towards the end days when the
Yeah,
world's about to end, animals will speak to us because, like, in the previous world, um,
yeah,
animals used to speak to us like we speak to each other. And then when we crossed over to this world from the flooded world, the turkey was the last one. The portal closed, and we couldn't conversate with the animals like we can conversate with each other.
mm,
So he said during the end times they'll be able to get that ability back again. But what were you gonna say there?
you know, I was told, you know, I believe that too. You know, the animals, you know, they can hear us. They perfectly understand us no matter what, you know,
yeah,
language you speak. You know, they understand. So that's the way I always think about it. My grandmother always used to tell me too, is like, your animals, they feel just like you. They'll cry. You know, they
yeah,
when
Mm,
they miss you, you know, or when they're hurt, they'll cry. And
yeah,
yeah, so every once in a while, you know, you see a little tear in a dog. It's like, oh man, what's going on? You know, like
yeah,
it's pretty interesting. But yeah, she also used to say too is like when dogs start wearing clothes, then that's uh, a precursor to the end of the
oh
this
snap!
world too. So uh,
Whoa.
don't
Hmm.
put clothes in your dogs.
Jeez.
Shoot,
Yeah.
gotta tell
Hey
people who live in the
Yeah,
Barry.
city not to do that.
Uh,
yeah, right.
oh, you know, one of the weirdest laws in Arizona. I found this out a long time ago. One of the weirdest laws in Arizona is it's illegal for a Native American to play cards with a dog on the street. That's illegal in Phoenix. So
Huh?
somebody's seen something crazy down there, made it illegal.
Yeah,
You know, illegal
yeah.
for a Native American to play cards with a dog. I don't know. You
Mm.
know, like somebody seen something crazy at one point. Hey Barry, how do you
Yeah,
say a bear in Navajo? Almost said it in Navajo, but how do you say bear in Apache?
yeah. Shush.
Same way,
Huh.
huh? Okay,
Oh, yeah,
cool,
same. Okay.
awesome. But yeah, go ahead, go on, Barry. Go ahead. The mic's yours
Yeah.
again.
Shoot. I know. Well, I'm working up here at this new building that got constructed just a couple months ago. They finally opened it in May, and oh, I thought I heard something, but
Yeah, I think a bug flew over top of
Yeah,
you
it's a
too.
bug.
A
I
little
think it
no,
white
hit your
light.
hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might have hit your
no.
hat. Okay.
I heard
Hmm.
a door close, like a car
Oh,
door.
Well, I think we just caught something on camera
yeah,
right
I
there,
heard it
huh?
too. So
My day.
yeah, I thought it was a bug, but I heard. Tuk. I was like, oh,
Oh, okay.
live action. Turn us around. Let's look. Turn the.
But we've been hearing some weird stuff and seen some weird stuff. Like at nighttime and on weekends, there's only two security.
Mm,
So it's just me and another person that are working. And I sit on one side of the building and the other security sits on the other side. So that way we're not, we can keep an eye on both sides, right?
mm,
It's a pretty good sized building. And the other security said at night, sometimes she'll hear like people talking or people walking around the lobby, and she sits in the security office where all the monitors are, but she don't see nobody, and she always has that door open to the lobby, and she don't see nobody, but she hears them. And I sit on the opposite side of the building, and every once in a while I hear a door handle jiggle, or we have to have a key card to go to get in certain doors. It unlocks the door for us, and I would hear that "Toot," like somebody swiped their card, and I'll sit there and wait, and there's nobody. But this one night, me and the security we're sitting out here on the patio, and just down there at the end, that last table,
Yeah.
the security was facing the way I'm facing, the building towards their back, and you know, looking out to the distance. And I was sitting off to his side, and I was looking at him talking, and we're just talking like this, like how we see ghosts, or I told him some stuff that I seen as a cop, like Bigfoot, the gargoyle, and and some other stuff.
Mhm.
And I saw the door that's behind him. I was just seeing the door handle, going up and down, like somebody's trying to open it and get out, walk out of the building. And he heard it. He turned around and looked, and he looked at me. He said, "Was that handle just moving?" I said, "Yeah, it was moving." And
Hmm.
I told him, "So we better go check, make sure nobody's in there." And it's a locked room too. And so we go inside, and there's nobody around, and it has motion lights. So if
Mhm.
someone was in there, the motion lights would turn on, and there was nothing.
Huh.
Wow.
This is a new building too, right?
Yeah,
The new
brand
hospital.
new. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
clinic.
Something had to happen in the past on that
Yeah.
ground.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Is that where the old hospital used to stay at? Down.
No, no. The old hospital, the hospitals are in San Carlos. This is in Bilas. So
Mhm.
this is the
Oh,
new,
okay.
like the clinic, and the
Okay.
older. Let me turn around. Bilas is probably about 5 miles back that way, and we're just in a remote area. This is the only
Oh.
building besides a elementary school that's up the road, and that's where I used to be a teacher at, and that's where I seen one night. I was working with my cousin Daniel, and we had another security with us. His name was Tanner, and we went to go check on that school because it was after midnight and it was a weekend, and we noticed that the gates were open to the school. So we went inside. I called dispatch and told them, "Hey, I'll be doing a welfare check on the school. The gates are open." And we started walking around the whole campus, and we will find a couple of doors to buildings unlocked, and I will have to go inside to do a welfare check. Walk inside, check sure, make sure nobody's around, nothing's being bothered, or nothing's being stolen. And I'll try and as soon as I walk out, I'll try and secure the door as best I could. So
Mhm.
we went from the administration office to the cafeteria, and then it was just one long building with classrooms on four classrooms on one side, and on the other side another four classrooms. So we checked the four going straight down, and we only found one classroom that had an unsecured door. I went inside and I looked, and nobody. So I tried to lock it as best I could, and we got to the playground. So a couple adults, playground. We started playing around, going on the swings, sliding down the slide. And we're a bunch of kids again,
Mhm.
and we come around to the front side of the building, and then we noticed that there was a light on in one of the classrooms. And I tell Daniel and Tanner, say, "Hey, was that light on before when we got here?" And they look, say, "I don't think so." I said, "Yeah, I don't think it was neither." So we make our way to that classroom, and we're standing there at the window, and we're looking in, and then next thing we just seen this old white guy come walking out of the closet, and
What
we're
the heck?
standing there like when we look at the parking lot because we have a visual of the parking lot. I said, "There's nobody here. It's just our patrol vehicles and the two school vehicles, and they've been here all night.
Mhm.
So there's no other car here." So we're standing there looking at him, and I tell them, "So, dude, we got to check, make sure that he's allowed to be here." And they're looking at me. Daniel turns to me and said, "What if he's the devil and he takes our soul?" So I said, "Dude, we have to check though." So I get my flashlight and I tap on the window, and you know, I was expecting that guy to freak out and get scared because after midnight, and it's the weekend, and he just his back's toward us, and he just stands up straight and turns around real slow, looking at the window.
Oh,
And I'm standing there. It's like he's not scared, and he comes walking closer. He stands right in front of us, and I get my
oh,
flashlight. I shine it on myself, and I shine it on those other two, and they look at me. What are you doing? Don't shine it to me. Don't let him see me. So I shine it back on myself, and just to let the guy know that I'm out there. So he calmly walks to the door, opens it. Can I help you? And I said, yeah, San Carlos police and security said the gates was open, and we came to check on the building, make sure everything's okay. So, oh, everything's okay. I make sure that I say, yeah, but where's your vehicle? And he said, oh, I'm allowed to be here. And I told him, said, what's your name? So he gives me his name, and I write it down in my notebook. And
oh,
I told him, said, do you have permission to be here? Said, it's a weekend, and it's after midnight. I've never seen anybody here, you know, after school hours. He said, oh, I'm just getting everything ready for tomorrow. That's it. Tomorrow's the weekday or the weekend still. And school's not until Monday. And he said, well, the principal lets me come in. And I said, okay, so I'll double check, but is there anybody you can call to come pick you up? So, oh, yeah, I can get a hold of somebody. So I said, okay. I left it at that, and I tried to tell our dispatch to get a hold of somebody in the administration for the school. And they said they were unable to get a hold of anybody. So I was like, okay, I can't find out tonight if someone's supposed to be here, but I'll find out, um, during the weekday when I'll try and stay a little bit longer so I can come up here and double check with the admin staff. But I ended up getting busy the whole weekend, and I wasn't able to come and check with the school until like 3 weeks later. I finally got switched over to day shift. So I was working in Bilas again. I said, "Oh yeah, hey, I got this guy's name. I'm gonna go over and talk to the principal and the superintendent about this teacher being here after hours and on the weekend." So I went to the school office, and I was talking with the secretary at first, and I tell her what happened and who I saw. She said, "We don't have no male teachers here." I said, "Are you sure?" She said, "There's an old white guy." And I pointed to the classroom. He's in that building right there. And she says, our second grade class, and it's a female teacher." So I described him. She said her face just drops. And gave her the name too, and she said, "Let me call the principal." So I go in the principal's office, and I tell the principal, and she tells me, said that person hasn't worked here in a while. So I was like, damn.
wow.
Hmm.
So it's just like a guy breaking in and doing some weird shit or weird
No,
stuff or anything.
I don't think it was a person. Like it was a person. I think it was something else.
Ghost.
Yeah.
Oh man, that reminds me so a few things remind me because there's this new hospital or new clinic in Kienta. Do you hear
Yeah.
anything crazy? So they would see a little girl running around all across the hallways and in the room, and they would hear that
Yeah.
little girl crying. And they brought a medicine man in there, and he said that it's a little Anasazi girl. I
Dang.
guess
Dang.
she,
The old
yeah,
ones.
yep, she died there. I guess a long time ago. I guess it flooded there or something like that. She died there. Some
Yeah.
kind of natural event happened. Yeah, she died there, and she runs around. And then another thing too, like this old elementary school in Mexican Hat, Utah. So this one teacher that offed himself, they would see him around there in his room, in his old classroom, but they would see him banging his head on the desk really fast. So it's like
Dang.
so something like a strange correlation. So maybe like old teachers still go to their old places. I don't know, some
Man, it could
strange
be
things like that. Still
So
working from the
because
grave.
that when I was still doing my stories on TikTok, and I was working here as security. I decided to tell that story on TikTok. And as I was telling that story, I was I'm in my vehicle, and I decided to take a drive towards the school, just so I can show everybody where everything was, where the parking lot was, and point out the classroom.
Mm.
Dude, after I got done recording, and I played it back to myself
Listen.
just to hear myself and make sure it came out good.
Mm.
It was all static. You couldn't
Mm.
hear me talking. Um, every once in a while, the screen would get all fuzzy,
Mm.
and
Yeah.
that's when I was driving near the school. So after I got back to the clinic, I watched the whole thing, the whole like 5 minutes of that video I did, and I couldn't make out one word. It was
Wow.
awesome. Like a lot of distortion, and so I redid it again. I posted that video on TikTok,
Mm.
but then I did another video on it, and I explained what happened, what I heard, and what went on.
Mm.
And I think whatever it is didn't want me telling that story as I was near the school.
Mm.
Yeah. They they
So,
do say like, oh, go ahead, Darren. Sorry. Go ahead.
uh, so do you think the whole San Carlos area is just full of just weird oddities like this? How does the community look at their own uh, reservation right there? Is it ghosts running around the house or just stuff like that?
And
Or
yeah, a lot of it's a lot of supernatural stuff.
yeah,
A lot of
yeah,
people seeing stuff, or even seeing a family member that passed on, whether if it was recently or a couple years ago, or seeing stuff moving. Um, Even as far as as a cop, people calling and saying Bigfoot's in my yard. The monkey man is chasing my horses in the corral.
hmm,
Um, the goat man's here. He's trying to get into my house.
Hey, tell us some of the stories. That's
yeah,
we like.
yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah. San
We
Carlos
got
has
all
a
night.
got
We
everything.
got.
All right,
Man, I could go on all night long.
Oh, we're here. You're part of the
yeah,
family now, so you can get as weird as you want with this.
Yeah. One I got a call one night, and dispatch told me, saying this lady wanted a police officer, and she needed assistance to chase off an individual. I was like, did she say who the individual was? Did she give a name? What's he wearing? Is it her nephew, her grandson? Because it was an elderly lady, and they said, you might want to talk to the reporting party. And they gave me her name, where she lived at. She lived in the outskirts of St. Carlos. Darren, you know that road they call Route 6,
yeah,
where
yeah. Yeah.
um, ah,
Is
I
it the
can't think.
back
Skill
road from
Center,
the?
where Skill Center is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
on
yeah,
that
yeah,
road.
yeah. Huh.
On that road, she lives right there, and it's like one of the houses just out in the middle of nowhere. And luckily, she's one of those people that got a headlight, or the lamppost.
Most. Yeah.
Street lights.
Yeah,
Mm.
and so I get to the house. I go and knock on the door, and there's like a little old lady opens the door, and I told her, "Say, St. Cars Police, did you call for an officer?" And she says, "Yes." I said, "I need help. I need you to chase it away." And I said, "Is something inside the house?" She said, "No, it's on top." I said, "What do you mean it's on top? It's on the roof." And I said, "Okay." And so, is it a bird? Or he said, "It's like a bird, but you won't believe me if I told you." And I said, I told her, "So I'm used to getting those calls. I'm one of those
Mm.
officers that get those crazy calls like that." And then she tells me, "Say it's a gargoyle." I
Mm.
just
Hmm.
like stopped, and I was like, "What?" And she said, "There's a gargoyle climb on roof." And at the same time, I heard something, you know, on
Mm.
the roof, and I was standing underneath the porch, and I was like, "Oh shit, something is up there."
Days.
And
Um,
she tells me, said there's a ladder on the side of the house. Can you chase it off? And I was like, shit, okay. I was like, how do you take care of a gargoyle? I started thinking about that cartoon Gargoyles. I said, I know they
Yeah.
hate sunlight. I just hope my flashlight's bright enough to make him go away. So I get the ladder and I lean against the house and I start walking up. And I start thinking, damn, what if something just pops out and I go flying back off the ladder? And I grab my pistol out and I start yelling, say, hey, if somebody's up here playing around, say, just let you know I have my gun out. I said, don't do anything stupid. So I started going slow and slow, slow. As soon as I get to like a foot below of where the roof is, I just I know get my footing good. I was gonna pop up real straight. As soon as I popped up, I pointed my gun on the roof. I looked up into the sky, and as soon as I got up there, I could see the back end of something flying off, and it was it was like a man, like a grayish brown color, and wings looked like a bat, and it just flew off. I only got a
So
good maybe
did,
second, 1 or 2 seconds. Look at it.
do you see a tail or chains or anything like that?
Not a chain, but I did see a tail,
Hmm.
and it just
Well,
looked
go on about that.
like a snake, like a snake tail.
Huh. Oh, okay.
uh,
Oh,
as it went up, and I said, holy crap, man!
Days.
And that's not the first time. There's a second time we were looking for a missing female behind San Carlos Lake
yeah.
on that back road.
Mm.
There was a car accident. 4 people were involved, but 3 made it to the lake store. And there was one female that was still wandering around. So we're out there in the middle of the night, driving up and down looking. And I drive towards Coolidge Dam, and I parked on the east side of the dam. And there was an ambulance coming, with all the lights on, and they were slowly driving along the edge and looking down from the edge too. So I'm parked at the east side of the dam. I get on my patrol vehicle. I start walking towards the edge, and the ambulance comes driving up behind me. Right when the ambulance shows up, something gray just goes straight up right in front of me, and I was looking at it. 'Cause I watched it go up. And I was like, "Damn, that thing's big!" And the paramedic that was sitting on the passenger side jumps out right away. Said, "Did you see that? Did you see that? It's bigger than you." And I'm 6 foot. I'm 6 foot, about 270. And he tells
Hey
me, he
Barry.
said, "Man, that thing
Hey Barry. You're distorted. You're breaking up a little bit. Wait. Oh yeah, there you go. Go back to where you said that the ambulance was coming. They stuck their head out the window. Go ahead. Go back to that one. We kind of lost you a little bit. Sorry.
yeah,
Oh,
I'm
I
starting
got.
to lose you guys too."
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're lagging. Yeah, yeah.
Oh shit! Something doesn't
Um,
want me to tell the story.
Yeah.
no. Maybe if you go back that way where you were, I think it was working just fine right there. But you can hear me now, fine, just right.
No, I kept coming in staticky. How about now?
Yeah. Same.
It is
Okay.
good. Yeah.
No. No.
How about
Wait.
you guys? There's a lot of static coming in right now.
Oh yeah, yeah. Just a little staticky. What about now? Can you hear us better now? No.
Not that good.
No. Something doesn't want us to hear these stories.
Uh,
um, what about now?
But I'm starting to.
There we go. I can hear you a little bit better now. What about us? Can you hear
I'm
us?
starting to.
you're, oh, you're still kind of staticky still.
My battery life's starting to go down too.
Oh
Oh.
no!
Ah.
Oh man, we're halfway. Hey, can you hear us better
But
now?
a little bit better.
Oh,
But
okay.
as I was saying, the paramedic on the passenger side, he gets out of his the ambulance, and I'm standing right there by the edge, and that gray thing flew up in front of me. The paramedic jumps out and starts yelling, said, "Did you see that? Did you see that? It's bigger than you. That thing's bigger than you." And it just flew straight up.
Hmm.
And I'm 6 foot. I'm 6 foot and 270. And he said that it was bigger than you. It was bigger than me. And I know I seen gray from head to toe and a tail and a wingspan that was shoot, it was
Like a bus
a
or like
wingspan
a.
that probably twice my size.
Oh man, like 12 feet, over
Probably, yeah.
12 feet.
Hmm.
Oh man,
Wow. So,
gargoyle.
is this a new occurrence? Has your like the elderly people ever talked about gargoyles, or are gargoyles part of the Apache San Carlos Apache culture? Is this
Um,
something new?
no, from what I was told is that they've been around for a while.
Mhm.
Wow.
Um,
Yeah. Is there a word for them? Is there a word for Apache or like
there
gargoyle?
is, but my great grandma told me she always you ever heard of that mountain called Mount Turnbull here in
Yeah,
by
Mount
Vilas?
Trimble.
Hmm.
Hmm.
My grandma says there's a cave over there, and it's a gateway or a portal that goes from our world to theirs, and that's how they travel back and forth, and that's where they come from.
Wow.
Not just not just the flying creatures is what she called it, the flying
Centaur.
creatures,
Uh,
but also Bigfoot
ooh,
Hmm.
and the half man, half horse. That's where they come from.
that's
And
pretty awesome. Mhm.
I told this to like an old police officer. And he was a cop like way back when I was a kid. And I was telling him, "Hey, did you ever see something like this when you're a cop?" And he starts laughing and says, "We found a skeleton up on Mount Turnbull. It
Oh,
was
wow.
like
Oh,
a person with wings," is what he said.
what?
But he said, "I think it was a kid though, and we just buried it." He said, "It's something that you're not supposed to see."
Wow.
Oh man, that reminds me.
Well,
There's this guy that I'm gonna. Sorry, dude. There's this guy that I'm gonna bring on soon. His name's
Yeah,
Randy Caveman Yazi, and I asked him. I said, is like the Centaur, the Gargoyle. I asked him about those, and he did confirm similar story. Oh no, it looks like we lost him.
oh
Can you
man.
hear us now?
there. I can hear you
Oh,
guys.
there we go.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah,
What did you hear?
I
I
just heard
was
a
saying
bunch of
that.
static.
Oh,
Uh,
okay, all right.
you're
I
talking
was
about a guy that you're gonna bring
oh,
on soon.
yeah. I asked him about the same thing, like the Centaur and the Gargoyle, and any old stories, and he did say the same thing you did. But the way he said it was, we have 5 sacred mountains on Navajo land,
Yeah,
and these things run to each mountain all night, and they hide during the day, and even the gargoyle too. So each of these mountains,
Oh,
they're like portals, they're
yeah.
gateways as well. Yeah, so same
hmm.
thing, same thing. But go ahead. Oh, Darren, you had any
Wow.
question for Darren?
Yeah, but man, it gets weirder and weirder because we talk about gargoyles and centaurs. Like I wonder, makes me wonder how long these things been around. You take like a gargoyle. You take it as a European,
Yeah,
uh, thing, but they're obviously out here in San Carlos, and even my grandmother, she tells story about mermaids out here in the lake, Rima Lake. So
yeah,
it makes you wonder what's oh dude, I don't even have no words to say for it right now, but uh it just gets weirder and weirder. I think this
Yeah.
podcast is really bringing out a lot of uh lore like this, because I wouldn't have known. I only hear one or two stuff out of San Carlos, like I heard the stories of giant spiders,
Yeah.
and obviously shadow
Giant
people
rat.
have one.
You were
Yeah,
saying
and
rat too earlier, like a giant rat.
yeah,
You heard?
all no, that's out there in the uh, White Sands, New
Oh, okay.
Mexico.
All right.
Yeah,
Oh, Muscalero.
and
Muscalero.
yeah, yep.
Yeah.
And I have one friend out there that has, I guess he has UFOs that fly around his house also, and he's from San Carlos out there too, one of
Yeah.
the Bendels.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, but oh man, San Carlos, I would never have known. I knew it was
Yeah,
weird,
St.
but
Carlos.
man, it is. Yeah,
St. Carlos
I
Lake
knew it was
has a
weird.
lot of sometimes you'll see the spaceships or saucers flying around the lake or up in the
Oh,
northern
Mm.
country. The place we call Point Pines. There's
Oh yeah, yeah.
areas where you'll see uh, ships move around the sky.
fire in the
Um,
sky.
yeah,
Oh,
and shoot, man, there's a lot of stuff I can go on about, but
hmm.
unfortunately, my
Uh,
battery's only at
that's even good
14.
too.
Yeah,
Oh, 14. Do you want us to
yeah.
pause and you can get some juice, then we can come back on? We got under an hour. But if you want, we can
Do
pause. And,
you think you'll make it?
no,
I
it's
can.
gonna die soon.
I got
Huh?
15%. Wow.
What was that? Oh. Let's see. Let me pause this.
All right.
All right, we are back again with Barry, and let's check the messages from our viewers. Who bought Darren yet? This is the Uncle
Hmm.
Watch 2.0. Nah, just kidding. All right, go ahead, Barry. Mike's yours.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we just got done talking about the gargoyles that I've seen here. Shoot, and we're talking about how uh, the mountain that's here on our reservation called Mount Turnbull or Sclaget, our grandpa uh, means it means grandpa, and how there's a cave that my great grandma tells us about, that there's uh, a gateway for these creatures or these beings to move back from our world to theirs. And how I talked to this old cop, and he said they found a skeleton. And yeah, there's a couple times where I've heard not just that from one person, but my great grandma used to always tell me that they see uh, at night, never walk around at night, especially but alone, because uh, flying creatures will come down and grab you and take you away. And that's happened to people when she was growing up, because she grew up in like the early 1900s.
Mhm.
Hmm.
And she said that she's seen people go missing. And she was told stories when she was little from her parents and her grandparents that these flying creatures will come and take people.
How long have the San Carlos Apache been there? How how long has
Here in
yeah, right
here in
there in
San
San
Carlos,
Carlos?
Or place
we just
there.
barely got heard it here back in the late 1800s.
Hmm.
Yeah,
This when
man.
the cavalry or the government decided to put us here on the reservation
Mhm.
and make us live here. Uh,
Nice.
I've I've found uh, old settlements and uh, like structures out in the mountains, especially in Calva. I even
Mhm.
found old grave sites where uh, with names etched into boards that no one from around here.
Mhm.
Probably old cavalry soldiers,
Hmm.
Oh,
Hmm.
oh man.
and but yeah, we've been here since the 1800s, and we were placed here. Our area used to be from Mexico all the way up into Nevada,
lower parts of Utah, Colorado, from eastern California into Texas.
Mm.
Oh wow.
And that's where we used to roam around. I mean, a
Yep,
long
they
time ago,
call.
my great grandma used to say that. Used to say like the Navajos and Apaches used to be one tribe together.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's what I heard too. That
Yeah,
there's
yeah, like
actually
mhm.
was actually a herald that just one time we started just talking about it, and what he was saying was
Yeah,
that there were twins. The Apache and Navajos were, you know, out of one mother, born together, and one there was an argument. So our disagreement
yeah,
one what would they just people stayed here, or you know, so it's you know, even the language is quite the same, you know. So yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like there's an old story where was shared that like how like other tribes they have different languages, right? Different religions, different ceremonies, different
yeah,
customs, and we all had one language, and that was the sign language. And I guess the Navajos and Apache had their own, so we knew everyone's language, and we had a language for one another, and that used to piss a lot of the tribes off because they wouldn't know what we're saying to each other. They didn't like it. And then another thing too, like the Mexican gray wolves population disappeared through the
yeah,
Southwest because the Navajos and the Apaches were mimicking their noises to communicate each other to coordinate guerrilla warfare attacks at during the night in the forest. So, like a lot of the Mormon settlers started shooting the Mexican gray wolves out there in Rama, out there in
yeah,
yeah.
Flagstaff area. So, it drove them to near extinction. So now they do see them here on Navajo land. Mexican gray wolves with the collar on. But back to your stories, Barry. What other stories you got for
Oh,
us? You want to tell us?
I'm trying to I'm trying to wander around in here in the parking lot to find a good reception and
Oh,
still break it up every once in a while. That's why that's why you see me moving around.
yeah,
oh, okay.
Trying, but um, but yeah, I mean, shoot, like out in Calva, I grew up out there. I used to always spend a lot of times with my grandma, and she always used to tell me that she has a protector. She has someone that's out there that's watching her, but he's not a person, a human, or like a person like me and you. And she always say that he's like a big person, tall, and has a lot of hair. Now, I always thought, grandma's out there drinking too much tulip Tulipis
yeah,
like our beverage, or like a whiskey homemade brew.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I had my
And,
ladle out there in San Carlos, so
yeah, but I always think that. So my grandma's part out there drinking too much Tulipi because she used to make it too. And but when I became a police officer, I used to go check on her at night, especially when I worked a night shift. And you're going down the highway, and then there's a road that turns off that says Calvo Road. And as soon as I turn off that road, it's another 5 miles to her house. So I decided to just pull off to the side real quick. And back then I used to smoke cigarettes. So I got on my patrol vehicle and started smoking a cigarette, sitting on the hood of my patrol vehicle. And at the same time, there was something yelling towards the river. And I hunt. I spent a lot of times, especially growing up in the mountains, and I know every creature, the noise it makes, what it sounds like. Like you're saying, Don, about the gray wolf. I know
Mhm.
what they sound like. I know which animals. I can tell them apart. This thing, I've never heard it before. I've heard it before, but I never could identify what it is. It sounds like a person yelling, but at the same time, sound like a animal howling.
Mhm.
And so I was sitting there just smoking a cigarette, thinking that it's at least it's down there by the river, and right behind me, the railroad tracks. It it's on top of the hill, and the road's carved into the hillside too. And I heard like little pebbles coming down from the side of the hill behind me, and I turned and looked, and I looked up. As soon as I looked up, I seen a silhouette of a tall person stand straight up, looking down at me, and it just took off running. Ran in the dark, no lights, no flashlights, and I just flicked my cigarette, burnt it out, jumped in my patrol car, and started chasing after it. I had my spotlight and I had it fixed on the rail tracks, but I didn't see nothing. So I stopped, turned off my engine, and I stopped to listen to see if I could hear footsteps or branches breaking from the mesquite and the brush, but I didn't hear nothing. Or even rocks getting kicked around. Nothing, because it was running in the dark, and it knew how to run out there. So I didn't see nothing. So I just continued on my drive towards my grandma's house. And when I got to my grandma's house, I got to her front gate because she always locks it. So I got on my patrol vehicle, grabbed my flashlight, and I started shining around her yard because she says that she always finds stuff misplaced or moved around or something. So I always check on her, make sure nobody's bothering her because she lived out there by herself. I was standing at the gate, flashing my light around, and next thing you know, I heard a rock hit the ground right next to me. I looked down, and shoot, that was a big rock about the size of a softball, and it just hit maybe about 8 feet from where I was standing at. I looked around I turned around towards the railroad tracks where there's a bunch of mesquite trees, and I started looking around there, but I didn't see nothing. I didn't see no glowing eyes or anything. So I turned back, started looking at my grandma's house, then I heard another rock hit the ground, and this one was a little bit bigger. So I turned and looked towards back to where the rock came from, where the mesquites were, and I'd start, telling it, this is my grandma's house. I know my grandma said that she has you over here watching over her and making sure she's safe, but I'm her grandson. I'm here to make sure she's okay too. So don't hurt me. I'm not trying to hurt her. She's my grandma. And whatever it was, I could hear it walking towards Turnbull. I could hear it breaking through the branches, but I could see the branches moving, but I couldn't see what it was. And like years ago, my grandma said that she had found a person laying underneath her carport, laying in the back of her pickup truck. She went over there, woke him up, and told him, "Hey, what are you doing here? Why are you in my yard?" And that guy told her, said that tall, hairy man told me to come over here. He told me to lay down and that you'll drive me back to Bilas in the morning time. And she looked at him and told him, so what are you talking about? And he said that he was with some friends drinking at the evergreen trees that was down the road, probably like 3 miles or 2 miles from my grandma's house. And said they were drinking there, and he got left behind. So he said that he thought he was going to walk back to Bilas, but he only walked maybe 50 yards and started, he got real, he was too drunk that he decided that he couldn't make it back. So he went to the wash and went to the railroad tracks where the bridge was and decided to sleep between the 2 pillars. And he crawled in between it and laid down. And he said, right when I fell asleep, I felt something shaking me, telling me to wake up. And when I woke up, said there was this tall man standing there, and he started talking to me in Apache. He started telling me, "Come on, let's go." Said, hey, "Go to the road." Said, "Something's gonna get you." Said, "Something bad's gonna get you here, and your family's never gonna see you again." Said he walked me up towards the road, and he told me we're gonna go to the old lady's house. When we get to the old lady's house, I'm gonna open the gate, and you go lay in the back of that vehicle that thing she moves around in. So that guy said that I was walking next to that tall man. Every time I got done bumping onto him, I said, "Man, his arms were hairy." And
Oh,
and when I got here, he said he opened the gate and said, "Go lay over there, tit with you." And that's where my grandma found him the next morning. So my grandma told him, "Come on, go in the house." And she said she cooked some eggs for him, made him some coffee to sober up. And then later on, after he got done eating, she drove him to Bilas. But yeah, she's been telling me about that person, or Bigfoot, I guess, the
hmm.
tall, hairy man that watches over her.
Huh.
Jeez.
Uh,
Well, did he? Sorry, Darren, real quick. Did he speak to him in English or
Or
Apache?
Apache, all Apache, but he
Oh,
said it was old Apache.
did it
hmm.
sound like an old man? Or I've been hearing
Yeah,
like it sounds like an old man when they speak Navajo and Apache. Yeah, that's awesome. Darren, go ahead.
Hmm. Has when was the first time your grandmother ever started talking about it? Did she ever say when this started happening, or has this thing always been uh, with her since she was a girl? Or
I can tell you that they moved out there since my mom was a girl, because that's where my
oh,
grandpa grew up at.
hmm,
Her late husband, and after they got married and he got discharged from the Air Force, that's where he built a home for her. And he passed away when I was born in 1980,
Hmm.
and she's been out there since I want to say maybe the late 70s,
Hmm.
hmm.
because
Wow.
Oh,
she's lived all over the place. After she married my grandpa, I think in the 50s,
hmm.
they've moved to like Alaska, Hawaii. My mom was
All with
born in
the Air
Virginia,
Force. Uh, that's
and my
cool.
aunt was in New Mexico. So all my mom and her siblings were born somewhere else besides Arizona.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
she even told me, said even back then, um, my grandpa's relatives that were out there said that something was always out there with them, not and it wasn't a person like me and you.
Really.
But
Oh.
that's where a
Mhm.
lot of the Apaches used to be before um, they came to Bylas. That was where all their witchy ups and the soldiers kept them. And there's an old train depot where cavalry used to have the train stop, and they will unload the rations for the Apaches that lived in that area or lived here in Bylas, and they'll give them the rations. Like my great grandma used to always say, it was rotten meat or with maggots on it, and
Oh,
flour that was no good, but we still made it work.
horrible.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
You hear stories of some tribes getting real good treatment, and then like us and Apaches getting crap.
Yeah,
Wow. Wow. That's some history right there for you
yeah.
listeners.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Go ahead, Derek. You had a question?
Let's see. For the centaurs that you mentioned earlier, um, do they have different? Has anybody ever mentioned their coat?
uh
You
Darren,
know,
I can't hear you too good. You're coming
hello.
robotic.
Oh, looks like we're breaking up.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh, oh no. What about now?
Darren, go ahead. Go ahead.
Go
Hello.
ahead, try again.
Can
Go
you hear me?
ahead there.
Yeah, yeah, I can hear
For
you,
these
Darren.
centaurs, how's their coat? They're they painted brown, white, doing the mixtures, or just one plain color on these centaurs?
The one I've seen is just all dark, like even dark skin. Like you left the person out in the sun too long and they got real dark.
Hmm.
Oh man. Woo-hoo.
And tell me, is there anything come go out there and what's that lake called? Tokalai?
I'm losing you again.
Ah,
Oh, it looks like we're losing it too. What about
yeah.
now? Can you hear us? Oh, what about now?
No,
We
I'm,
good
I'm not.
now?
I'm not getting nothing, guys.
Uh,
And we're back
All
again,
right.
guys. We're back. Go ahead again, Darren.
oh yeah, I was gonna say if uh, you have any stories out there at Tokalai Lake. I know we go out there to that lake a couple of times.
Not just people saying they see crafts or spaceships out there,
Hmm.
but I've never. I'm not really there a lot. I don't go there that much. Just mainly
Hmm.
at San Carlos and up into the mountains where I like trout, so I like trout fishing.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I
I
know.
know.
I know
I
the.
know. Oh, wait. Oh, go ahead, Darren. Sorry, I was gonna say. I
Yeah.
know he has little people stories, but go
Oh
ahead.
yeah. Go ahead with that, little people.
Again, my grandma's house out in Calva.
Mhm.
So I used to live out there with her, and I remember one night or one morning, she wakes me up and tells me that she's gonna make breakfast and she's gonna head out to her chicken coop to go get some eggs. So I'm like, okay, I'm getting ready because every time I go stay with her, I do work for her, like fix the fence or I'll do something in her with her yard. So I got up, started getting ready, and as soon as I walk out of my room, I'm looking down the hallway. I just hear her yelling, what's that? What's that? Like, go on, get out of here. And she's
Hmm.
yelling towards the chicken coop. And I was thinking, damn, there's a coyote or something inside there. So I started running towards it. And as soon as I run out of the house where she's at, and I look at the chicken coop, I see two little men. I mean, like smaller than, little bit taller than a foot.
Huh?
One inside the chicken coop, one on the outside. The one on the outside is holding two eggs like this way,
Oh man.
like holding off to his side, and the one inside is holding the egg like he's holding a beach ball, and he's
Oh
standing there
snap.
Hmm.
looking up, and my grandma's still yelling. I just stood there and said, holy crap, there's an
Wow.
actual little person.
Huh?
And the
Uh.
one that's standing outside starts taking off, running towards the river, holding two eggs, like one on each side, running down. The other one starts climbing up the fence, climbs down the other end on the outside, and takes off running after the little one. And it's crazy how, like a little kid. That's what they reminded me of, like a baby running.
Mm.
That's how
Hmm.
small. Long black hair, real dark skin, and look like they're wearing like a loincloth and they're barefoot.
Hmm.
Oh man.
And they go running
Wow.
down towards the river. And my grandma said they always steal from her. So she even caught them inside her house.
Wow. Wow.
Yo,
A 1 foot tall little person. I think if I was one
Yeah.
foot tall, I want to be messing around with chickens. Tell you that much. We have them running around out here, and they're kind of vicious little reptiles. Kind of what do you call it?
rooster, huh?
Raptors. Raptors.
Oh yeah.
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 Watch out for the rooster. Take your eyes.
Yep. Wow.
Oh man.
Man, we
And a
might need to
berry.
stop.
Um. Oh. Did we lose him?
Yeah, it looks like we did
No.
again.
You heard somebody whistle. I was just gonna ask you about your story on the whistling when you were on Navajo Nation. Um. Oh, did we lose him again?
Yeah.
I was in college, and met this guy over at Eastern Arizona College,
Hmm.
and one hitchhike said, "Hey, I got my high school football homecoming games this weekend. You guys want to go out there?" So me and another guy from Violet said, "Yeah, let's go. We'll go." And So we go out there. We go leave Friday morning. We get there in time for the football game to start, and we watch that. Then after that, he asks his mom, say, "Hey, can we borrow the car real quick? I'm gonna take my friends out real." So she says, "Okay." And I thought we were gonna go party or something, and he goes out in the middle of nowhere, and there's all this grass that's all probably about knee high, and in the distance, it was full moon. You could see juniper trees here and there. And we walk off from the car. I was thinking, what the hell? What are we coming out here for? And then he starts telling us, whistle. And we're like, it's nighttime. We're not supposed to whistle. He's like, Joe, just whistle. You'll see. You'll see. So we start whistling. And so we're facing off in one direction. And then I turn and look, and my buddy's gone. I turn back around and I look. He's walking back and said, just stay there. So I'm not going to take off from you guys. So just keep whistling. Like, shit, something's gonna go wrong. And the other guy I was with from Vilas, he was in crutches. So I told him, hey, start making your way back to the car. And right then, me and him seen a figure step up from behind a mesquite tree. I was like, damn, somebody's out here. Now I started thinking my buddy brought us here for someone to jump us, you know. So I started getting all pissed off, thinking, damn, man, he brought us out here. He's going to get us jumped by a couple of guys from Ganado. And so my buddy starts, walking back with his crutches, but the ground's all uneven, and he's stumbling because his crutches keeps on getting caught. And that figure starts getting closer and closer. And then there's another juniper tree, and I seen another figure step out, and both of them start walking toward me. So I started walking backwards, telling my buddy, hey, hurry up. And he said, I'm trying to, but I can't. And by that time, they get close enough to where I could see them, and both of them are wearing coyote skin over their head. Their faces painted all black, and they're wearing like a loincloth. And one of them starts
Did you guys hear that? Did you hear that whistle?
Someone whistled.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Hey, did you hear the whistle, Barry?
That's why I'm looking that way.
Oh shit! Wow.
Was that another one? Something's going on in the background. Oh,
I'm standing here by myself.
Ooh.
Nothing around, but
man,
the distance out that way, I could hear the whistle.
Yeah, we heard it. I heard it clear.
Yeah, I heard it. I didn't
clear.
think about it until you said something. I was like, wait, I did hear it too.
Wow,
that's cool.
Yeah, it's
don't
like
whistle at night.
Yeah, that's why you don't whistle at night. Oh shoot!
But yeah, go ahead. You seen there's skinwalkers coming?
Yep. So I'm standing there looking at them, and one of them starts talking to me in Navajo. Our languages are almost the same.
Yeah.
And he starts asking me, are you scared? I told him, I said, no. And the other one asked me, said, what are you? I told him, said, Inde. I'm Shishti Inde. I'm Apache. Or the people.
Yeah. I'm
the people, but they looked at me, and one of them says in English, you're Apache. And I said, yeah. And they take a step back. I said, you guys are scared of me, huh? So I took a step towards them, and they took another step back. And said, you guys, I said, why are you scared of me? And they both look at each other. When they were looking at each other, I reached over and I grabbed, one of them had a medicine pouch on his waist. I grabbed that and I yanked it off. Then I said, your power belongs to mine, but it's mine now. They just look at each other like they didn't know what to do, and I start walking back. I turn and see my buddy. He's running with his crutches. He has it picked up on his arm, and see him running to the car. The guy that we're with, he's inside the driver's seat. Come on, let's go.
Oh man!
So
set up.
I started taking off.
I get off, jump in the back, and Tony said, "Come on, let's go." So he takes off, and then I looked at how fast he was going, because I started thinking, man, we're on dirt road, and he's gonna lose control and roll the car. So I tried telling him, slow down, and we're going like 45, 50, and the next thing I start hearing, tap on the back of the car. Turn around, those two guys are running behind. They're hitting the car. And I say, oh shit, they're keeping up with us. Then my buddy says, "What?" I said, "Why are they chasing us? Why are they chasing us? They never chased me before."
What's up?
I just reached my hand up forward. I said, "They're probably because they want us back." That's some pouch.
Oh man.
And he said, "Throw it out the window. Get rid of it." So I rolled the window down. I chuck it out. And after that, they stopped chasing the car. And we get onto the paved road, and man, we get home and we get to his house, and he said, "Don't tell my mom where we went." So we go inside the house, and the mom tells us later on, say, "Hey, can one of you guys go outside and get some wood for the wood stove?" So I said, "Yeah, I'll go out there." So I went out, and when I was out there, I was looking behind the house and I saw where the fence line was, and I could see something moving back and forth in the juniper. And I said, "Damn, man, something followed us. I think something's out there," because you could see it's on two legs. So I go back in the house and I tell my buddies, "Hey, there's a person walking in the back of the house." He said, "Oh shit, they followed us." I said, "They followed us home. They followed to my house." And I remember that night we made sure all the doors were locked. My buddy slept. My buddy in crutches slept in the room where our friend was. He slept on the floor, and I just slept on the couch because I told him, "Say, hey, I'll keep watch out and make sure nothing comes in," because I'm a light sleeper. But I ended up falling asleep, and I remember I woke up and one of them was standing there looking at me. His face was all black and had a white line going across right here.
Yeah. Oh.
And he starts talking to me. I just pop up and I pushed him, and then he disappeared.
Astral plane.
But
something.
What do you got going on, buddy?
I thought I heard something in the background, like a faint yell.
Sound like a girl or a lady.
Yeah, something's in there.
Not that
something's there. Yeah, something.
Like it's out that way. And that's going towards Turnbull too.
Ooh. You think let me see if I can whistle if they can hear me. No, I was just kidding. Turnbull. Yeah. Ooh-wee.
Yeah, dude, just got some weird stuff going on.
And then so it didn't bother you for the rest of the night, or you just woke up and then that was it?
That was it. After it disappeared, when I woke up, that was the only thing that happened.
Oh, it was speaking to you in Navajo though, huh? Saying something to you.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. Was it like a chant, like a melody, like something like a rhythm, like a song? Like a chant
Not
wise,
a rhythm.
or
like it was I understand. Only caught a couple words, but I knew he was praying, but only understood.
Man. Okay.
But I think I interrupted him when I woke up.
That's good.
I
Go ahead.
I told my buddy about that, and he started saying, "Hey, check yourself, see if there's any bulges, because they might have put a bone in you." So I checked, and I didn't find nothing.
Do you have any missing hair or missing clothing pieces or anything you don't remember?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
So what did your friend have to say about it afterwards? he just took you over there and just, hey, whistle at night, and then walked towards the car.
A-hole.
He thought it would be fun. He thought it would be. I don't think he was expecting for me to do what I did.
He didn't give a history about You didn't
Yeah,
ask questions
no.
like why? No.
Human bait. He was bait. That was all
Oh,
scientific purposes.
wow.
Oh man, that we did that, or my family did that to this Mexican kid one time from Phoenix,
Yeah.
and it's all about the fear because something came around. My family said that he walked out of the house. They told him to stay inside. He walked out with. Oh, did you hear that? I heard that. Yeah, he walked out with a rifle, and that too. Yeah, he walked out with the rifle, and the skinwalker was running around with the light. And I guess they seen him freeze, and they shined the light on him. They seen a skinwalker standing next to him, whispering in his ear.
Huh.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
breaking up.
Oh no, he's
Break them-
listening.
No,
There's noises
no.
over there. I can hear it.
We might have to do. You might have to look at the camera because I swear I've seen someone run behind
Back here.
your. It would
On the
be.
other side,
Wait, I'm looking at you on your
the
right side. Yeah.
Yeah, the right side.
No.
Earlier.
Huh.
Oh, cool. Awesome. We gotta go like live at a haunted area. Do like a live episode.
Well, I'll check my trail cam pretty soon because I put a trail cam up that way.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I think I've seen someone. Run behind you on the side where your badge is.
Oh, over here.
Yeah.
Oh, this side.
Yeah. No, on the side where your badge is on. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you might want to look at your cameras, man, because I think I saw something right behind you. But to add more to this paranormal spooky side.
Oh.
Remember Don
What
how this is besides the San Carlos, but you remember me telling you that me and my brother driving to work and we're listening to the podcast and we heard whistling, right?
Yeah.
In the morning. Believe it or not, that whistle that we heard
Yeah.
is what we heard on the other podcast too.
Ooh. Make sure you
Yeah,
write a
early-
time pencil.
Yeah,
Just do a
early
time
in the morning, man. It's weird, dude.
Yeah,
I think
that's awesome.
I might need
Hey,
some weird
Barry.
stuff going on, but
Awesome. Hey Barry,
Yeah.
what's your weirdest story that you know, like your weird stories? We got less than 20 minutes. Was that? Oh, that was a weird noise. Thought I heard something. Oh yeah, what's your weirdest stories that happened to you?
It was on the highway between Bilas and Peridot. And the person that called in was my mom. She was headed to work because she worked at the hospital where Starbucks is.
Yeah.
And she was headed to work early in the morning, and I was working in Bilas. Me and my cousin were working all night, and so my mom calls in to dispatch saying that she just passed a white guy on the side of the road, and he looked all bloody like he was involved in a car accident. So I was like, oh, damn, it's almost time to get off shift, and I got to deal with that car accident now. So I turned on my emergency lights, my sirens, and my cousin falls in behind me, and we take off out there. So we found the guy, and sure enough, he was all bloody, no shirt, no shoes on, and I pull off to the side of the road, and I called him over, and he's all like shaking away, and I told my cousin, drive down the highway and check the sides, see if there's a car wreck, maybe a car inside the ditch or something. And he starts driving west, and so I load the guy into my patrol vehicle, and I find a place to pull off the road that wasn't far from where I found him. And I called dispatch, and I told dispatch, hey, send an EMS to my location. I have a vehicle or a person that's possibly involved in a car accident. He's bleeding from the face. and he has scratches on his body. And I was looking at him. I was thinking, those don't look like like a normal vehicle scratches on his body. You could see like it was like claw marks, like a hand.
Oh,
And I was thinking, this is weird. And I asked him, say, hey, were you involved in a fight or something? He said, no. I said, were you in a car accident? He said, no. So I've been walking. He said the night before, about 8 o'clock, he drove from Safford. That's east of Vilas. He drove from Safford to the casino, Apache Gold Casino, with some friends. And sometime during the night, he got left behind. So he decides to try and walk back to Safford. And that's probably about a good, maybe 80 miles.
jeez.
And he said, sometime in the morning time when the sun was barely coming up, about 5:30 to 6, he was walking in that area. He points where he was walking at. And so I was walking right there, and something black and hairy came running up to me on 2 legs and tried to drag me off into the desert. So I fought with it. I kicked it. It tore my jacket off. It tore my shirt. His shirt was shredded too. I barely noticed that it was barely hanging off around his waist, and it was like torn. And I said, luckily I was able to slip out of my boots. And I got away. And then when I seen this car coming, I tried to wave it down. It slowed down, and that thing took off running back, and it ran back into the wash, and it disappeared. So I was talking with him, and my cousin came back, and he said, no, I can't find a vehicle accident. I can't find no cars in the ditch. I can't find nothing off the side of the road or anything. And I had another police officer come from Peridot eastbound, and I told him the same thing too. Check the side of the road, see if there's a vehicle accident. And they said the same thing. Said we drove up to, and I met with the security. Said we couldn't find no vehicles. So my cousin came back to where I was, and I told him what the guy told me. And right then, the ambulance showed up. So I told the guys, hey, the ambulance will take you back to Safford. So after he got in, he told the same thing to EMS. And I told my cousin, listen to this. So we stood there and we listened. He said everything that he just told me. I thought I heard somebody go,
Huh.
Oh,
Oh man, it's that. I'm starting to hear like whispering or mumbling on this side.
I am too.
Huh?
That too. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Someone's talking. Dude, that's somebody there with you.
I'm here with myself.
Yeah, someone's there with you. Someone's joining the podcast. I can hear somebody talking. Oh, right there.
Yeah.
Go back the other way. Okay, it might have been a tree. I don't know. That's last level. I was like, oh snap! But yeah, no one's out there.
Yeah, it's kind of a paranormal night shift, huh?
Wow. Conversation, something.
I tell you,
conversation.
it's me. It's me they're always here for me.
Wow.
But
wow. We're a witness to that here. So as our viewers, hopefully they can hear it too.
but
Yep.
But go ahead,
So he's telling the same thing to the EMS, and my cousin's listening. We're listening to the guy, and I told him that's the exact same thing he told me. Nothing changed. So the paramedics said, we're going to take him to Safford, take him over to Graham County Hospital. So I said, okay. And me and my cousin walked up the road to where he said he was attacked. And I found his jacket. It was a leather jacket, and it was all shredded up. Like someone just ripped it off and started tearing it. And I walked a little bit further, and it drops down into like a wash or gully. And I see one boot looking down, then I could see the other one down at the bottom. I looked at my cousin. He looks at me. He said, "Something is here." Something tried to drag him off into the desert, and we found foot tracks, but it wasn't a bear or a mountain lion. Nothing like that. It was an actual foot.
Human-like feet print.
Yeah, it was big too.
Oh, so
Wow.
Sasquatch is trying to take a to-go meal, huh?
Yeah.
Opportunist.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and
I,
then you told the story of the Sasquatch terrorizing the cowboys at a cowboy camp too.
Oh yeah, Anchor 7 Ranch. That's near Tuckalai.
oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
you
even
got
better.
that's
you got
near
you
Tuckalai.
got a few minutes left. Do you think
But
you can share that?
it was
That's
during
a
our
good story.
festival, the Veterans Fair and Rodeo,
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
and we had BIA police officers, uh, Gila County Sheriff's Department, uh, White Mountain PD, Fort McDowell PD, and I think there was some Navajo PD was there too. And it was
Navajo
Saturday,
PD.
yeah,
Hmm.
and it was Saturday, and we're, we're getting ready to shut down for the night because our shift ended at 2 o'clock, and everybody's met over. Oh, and DPS gang unit, they're with us too.
Hmm.
So it's like 6, 7 different agencies. So they're all together, maybe like 40 cops. And we all gathered up at the police station to debrief and talk a little bit about what happened. When dispatchers got on and started calling on units saying over at Anchor 7, Cowboys calling, saying something's trying to break in, and they're all barricaded inside one of the cook room, and something's banging on the door. You can hear something hitting the door, and I'm like, oh shit! Then uh, dispatcher says that the caller is now saying that it's a tall, hairy man, and
Oh,
BIA, the DPS, their ears perk up, and I said, I've never had a call like this before. I've heard of calls like this, but I've never heard it. Take us with you. So they followed us. We all, man, probably like, cause we're doubled up, or one vehicle had like 4 officers, and we're all rushing out there, uh, heading out towards Takalai. And as soon as we get there, the first officer says it's running off towards the side of the hill. Everybody just
oh,
parks and everybody jumps out of the vehicles. We all get our rifles out. Some have night vision. They're all putting their goggles down. A couple of us run towards where the cowboys are barricaded inside their little cook room, and the rest of us run towards the edge. And I went to go check on the cowboys, and man, you could see claw marks or something scratching the side of the door and the side of the building. And I could hear those other officers with the night goggles saying, "It's running! You can see it! Look, it's in the trees! It's in the trees!" And everybody said, "I don't know what it is, but it's running on 2 legs."
Wow.
Then later on, it just disappears in the thick mesquite. And a lot of those officers said, "Man, it's the first time I've seen something like that. This is the first time I've actually got a call like this."
oh man, that is awesome right there.
Huh.
Well, Darren,
Uh,
so
were
we
these
gotta
cowboys?
go to Tokolai, Darren. Hold on, we gotta go to Tokolai. Wear some tight Wranglers where they can see the date of that penny on the pocket. All right, maybe he'll come. I'm just
Hey,
playing.
don't
Oh
forget your
man.
mutton buster and buckle.
Oh man, for real, for real.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
The
Darren. Before, go ahead.
best bait is live bait, huh?
Oh,
Yeah.
Were these
oh, man.
camp these cowboys, were they white? They Billigana? Are they Apaches or?
They're Apaches,
Oh man.
Oh,
because
okay.
Uh,
Wow.
the ranch house, there's like several different ranch houses throughout the reservation,
mhm.
and each one has their own group of cowboys that stay out there.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
These
Oh, did you hear that? I thought I heard it. Was it a whistle?
no, heard a door slam at those houses across that are being built.
You got a lot of things going on where you we got to go down
Yeah, you
that
got a
way
lot of.
time.
Yeah, we might need to take a walk on the railroad
Mhm.
track. Maybe stop by grandma's house. And
And
Mhm.
that's why I was telling Don I bought this off of TikTok. It's a night vision.
oh
Sometimes
yeah,
How much?
I'll walk
How
around
much
the
that?
edges.
How much that cost you?
It's like
Just
40,
just one.
about 30, 35 bucks.
Oh man, definitely gotta get some of that on there.
yeah. I got actually using one right now. Look, before the little break,
Yeah.
we're seeing the lights in the sky too. So I have my cousin and her boyfriend over here
Oh.
tonight and showing them all the stuff. And yeah, there's lights in the sky. That's
Mm,
I pull out that night vision. I was telling them like, yeah, it's right there. Look,
that's,
showed them where
I
it's
need to
at. You
get
can
one.
see them. You see them a bit better on the night vision for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
Uh,
got less than 8 minutes left. Barry, is there anything you want to say to our listeners? Any shout outs you want to give?
I just That's one thing. Me and my cousin are trying to get back into it with, like, that's how you're asking me about it when
Hmm.
you were talking about doing your own podcast. And me and my cousin have one that's uh, paranormal reservation, and we're trying to get back into it, but he's working different shifts. He's not a
uh,
security no more. He's not doing security. He's a firefighter. So we're trying to get the time to do this all over again.
Hmm.
And that's
yep.
something we want. But I did set up a TikTok account, Paranormal Reservation, and we still have some stories posted on Spotify.
Uh, awesome. Paranormal
Yeah.
reservation. Yeah, definitely. Daniel, right? Is that the
Yeah,
cousin Daniel?
yeah, Daniel.
Yeah. We're messaging on TikTok, but he's just having a hard time finding the right
Yeah,
time as well. He's interested in coming on, and you know, we just Darren and I love hearing everyone's stories. You guys make the
Mm,
show go, and time is very valuable. And
yeah.
Darren and I
yep.
like to say thank you again.
Hey, no
And
problem,
Yep.
guys.
yeah,
I got
and
plenty more.
dude, man, I was
Oh
gonna
yeah.
say,
Yeah.
I was gonna invite you back on Halloween. I don't know if you're busy. We're doing like a Halloween special for the viewers. We're gonna come
Okay.
on 11 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, your time 10. And other than that, we can book you again November December for part two.
Yeah.
And definitely. And what about you, Darren? You got any final questions for Barry?
Well, it's very interesting, man. You hear. I know San Carlos. I know that area pretty good, and it's just another mystery out there. I would have
Yeah.
never thought about gargoyles or stuff like that. I heard some
I,
stuff on other podcasts,
yeah.
about the road right there from Globe to Safford. But oh man, well, uh, keep your eyes out, keep your ears
Oh,
out. There's a
Yeah.
lot.
Oh
There's a
yeah.
lot of stuff going on right
Yeah.
there, and
Yeah. Barry.
just hearing,
Sorry. Go ahead, Darren. Sorry, Darren.
yeah.
Go ahead.
yeah, just hearing that whistle on the podcast and all the visual
Yeah.
stuff right here, man. It just adds to the creep factor, and let alone our podcasts don't whistle at night. We just heard a whistle out of nowhere, and I heard it
Yeah.
clear as day too, man.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I'm pretty
I
sure
thought
our
I was the only
listeners
one
would
hearing
hear
it out here.
Wow.
it.
Yeah.
No, no, we definitely heard
Yeah.
it with you. Hopefully, our listeners heard it too. And yeah,
Right.
there's man, I forgot. There was a question that I wanted to ask you before. Oh yeah, one of the most disturbing cryptids I ever ran into in my life is the Goatman. So, do you guys have any sightings or stories of the Goatman down that way?
Ask Daniel. Daniel's seen it.
Oh man! Oh my gosh! You can
All right.
twist his
Even
arm
better.
for us.
Wow.
Twist his arm for us, man. Because I seen him. I walked up to him. I was like this close, looking at him. You know,
Yeah.
because I thought it was a rock. You know, and then I seen it as a goat head, and then out of his behind, it came a sheep head, and I was like, nope. I turned away. I walked off. I'm like,
What's
I'm out of here.
what's going on, Darren? I heard that too.
Oh, the TV next to me started shaking, dude.
I
Kind
heard
of made
that.
me jump right there.
I heard something move.
Uh,
I heard a
ugh,
squeak.
okay.
I heard the squeak. Yeah. Looks like Halloween's coming a little early today, huh, guys?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's a lot of stuff going on right now.
Oh man. Okay, so there's a Goatman. Oh geez, man. There was a few more. Well, we'll definitely talk about the things that we didn't cover. I have tons of questions, but I know it's gonna come flooding as soon as this live is over. But
Oh, I was gonna tell you guys too. I think I found the burial for the little people.
Really?
no way, really. Don't say anything. Wait till Darren and I get there. We'll have a GoPro. Be like, go ahead.
Yeah.
Barry's uncovering it. Oh man, that sounds. We have like little people. We have Bigfoot. We have Centaur, shadow people,
Yeah.
and a graveyard to go. And you got. I wonder if that old cop is alive that knows where that baby
He,
gargoyle is buried at.
he passed away like a couple years ago.
Oh man,
He
R.I.P.
he pointed to the area where he's seen it, but man, that mountain's rough.
Yeah,
Huh?
I believe you. Really rough, rugged terrain.
And I'm not as young
Man.
as I used to be.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
probably.
a lot of that.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to carry a whole big old block of salt, to not cramp up and stuff. Just lick. Like, oh wait, hold on, I think I'm cramping up. Give me 10 minutes. Fight the cramp off, man. Jeez, yeah, I got heat stroke twice, so that's besides this point. So definitely, we're gonna have to go down there and rendezvous. Like I was telling him, Avery's he joined us for a few episodes. He's a Hickory Apache.
Yeah.
And I was saying that bring your ring, We'll all bring our rings and see if all Navajos and Apache can summon Captain Planet. You know what I mean? It's just like, hey, who knows? Let's just all go out there. Let's just go out in the wild. Who knows what will happen? Something's gonna happen.
Captain
Oh
Visitor.
man. But hey Barry, welcome to
Yeah.
the family. Thank you
Hey,
again.
thanks guys.
One
Thanks
more
Darren.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks Don.
Yep.
Yes, sir. You can find Barry on TikTok, Apache Storyteller, aka Fire Skoden. Those of you listening, I tag him on Facebook and on TikTok as well. Like I said again, and you can find him on Paranormal Reservation. And I'm gonna follow as soon as we get done with this. And Darren, you want to say laters to everybody?
Later. There's a lot of stuff going on in this episode. So
Yeah,
Wow.
so I think some jumped through him to our area too, because like weird stuff. But Barry, you want to say laters again to everybody?
Like we said, man, we don't say goodbye. There's no word for goodbye in Apache. I'll catch you guys later.
Oh yeah,
I like that.
yep. All
Or
right, guys.
Gajodle. Gajodle.
All
All right, stay tuned. I'm
For
gonna
now.
close this out. All right. Whoa, right here. Let's see. All right. Thank you for tuning into Don't Whistle at Night. We've been broadcasting live here on the United Public Radio Network 107.7 FM in New Orleans. You guys have a great week. Goodbye.